Today's tale is all about Mayor Rat's niece, Brown Rat. You see, Brown Rat lived with her uncle. Her uncle was the mayor of Ratville. Brown Rat was loved very much for her beauty and her pleasing ways. Mr. Grayfur lived in Ratville. He saw how pretty Brown Rat was, and he wished to marry her. Every day he would call at her home and leave grains of wheat and other treats that rats like. This made Mayor Rat very angry. One morning he said to his wife, "Grayfur shall not marry our niece. Our beautiful Brown Rat must marry the greatest person in the whole wide world. The sun, high up in the sky, gives us heat and light. The sun must be the greatest person in the whole wide world. Perhaps he would marry our niece Brown Rat." And so with this plan in mind, the mayor left Ratville and climbed up the blue sky until he met the sun. "Oh, sun," cried Mayor Rat, "surely you, with your warm rays, must be the greatest person in the whole wide world. Please marry my niece, Brown Rat." "Ha, ha!" laughed the sun. "You are very much mistaken. I am not so great as you think. Do you see that cloud over there? He is much greater than I. He can make me hide my face." Upon hearing this, Mayor Rat left the sun and traveled till he met the cloud floating along in the sky. "Oh, cloud," said Mayor Rat, "surely you, who can hide the sun, must be the greatest person in the whole wide world. Please marry my niece, Brown Rat." "Ha, ha!" laughed the cloud. "You are very much mistaken. Indeed, I am not the greatest person in the whole wide world. Do you hear the north wind blowing? He is much greater than I. I simply go where he sends me." And once again, upon hearing this, Mayor Rat left the cloud and traveled. He traveled until he met the north wind. And there he said, "Oh, north wind, you must be the greatest person in the whole wide world. Please marry my niece, Brown Rat." "Ha, ha!" laughed North Wind. "You are very much mistaken. I am not the greatest person in the whole wide world. Do you see the strong wall around your garden? He is much greater than I. I cannot make him move, no matter how hard I blow." Now, upon hearing this, Mayor Rat was much put out, but still quite determined, and so he left the north wind and climbed down from the sky. He walked and walked along until he came to the strong wall. "Oh, strong wall," said Mayor Rat, "you, whom the wind cannot move, must be the greatest person in the whole wide world. Surely you will marry my niece, Brown Rat." "Ha, ha!" rumbled the wall. "You are very much mistaken. I am not the greatest person in the whole wide world. Mr. Grayfur, who lives in Ratville, he is much greater than I. He can gnaw and make me fall. He must be the greatest person in the whole wide world." Now it just so happened that beautiful Brown Rat was sitting in the garden, and she heard what the wall said to her uncle, Mayor Rat. It made Brown Rat very happy to hear about Mr. Grayfur. She did not wish to marry the sun, although he gave heat and light. She did not wish to marry the cloud, although he could hide the sun. And she certainly did not wish to marry the wall, although strong north wind was unable to move him. She did wish to marry Mr. Grayfur. So Mr. Grayfur and Brown Rat were married and lived happily in a pretty little cottage next to the house of Mayor Rat.